Ever taken note how a few people have that overpowering nearness? They do not got to express a word, however they command the room. This brings us to a captivating concept, the chosen one. But who truly are these chosen ones? They're not fair individuals with a puzzling atmosphere. They stand out since they epitomize profundity and complexity in a way that frequently separates them from the swarm. In this video, we jump straight into the world of the chosen ones, individuals ordained to stand apart, but at what taken a toll? From the zapping affect of their nearness to the isolation that shadows their steps, we investigate the fragile adjust between their capable quintessence and the inescapable separation it brings. Why do chosen ones frequently discover themselves alone in a room full of individuals? How do their special qualities shape their intelligence? And what can we learn from their travel of isolation and quality? We're unloading all of this and more, so adhere around as we unwind the incongruity of being chosen, however alone, and maybe find a bit of the chosen one inside ourselves. Let's jump into the heart of what sets chosen ones apart, their overpowering nearness. Envision venturing into a room and feeling the air move. It's not the stylistic layout or the lighting, it's the nearness of somebody who, without articulating a single word, transmits a vitality so powerful it feels as in case the exceptionally discussed vibrates. Typically the trademark of the chosen ones. Their nearness isn't fair taken note, it's experienced. This zapping vitality isn't simple charisma, it's more profound, more primal. When chosen ones enter a space, they bring with them an air charged with and concentrated that's both attractive and, at times, imposing. This isn't around physical appearance or plain activities. It's almost the pith of their being, a constraint that appears to change the exceptionally texture of the environment around them. But what is it almost this nearness that commands such consideration? It's the profundity and genuineness they carry. Chosen ones reverberate with the crude immaculateness of the universe, their vitality vibrating at a recurrence that talks to the center of those around them. This isn't continuously comfortable. In truth, it regularly mixes a visceral response that swings between wonder and inconvenience. Why? Since their substance, their exceptionally being, challenges the ordinary, pushing boundaries and arousing a longing for profundity in others that they might not have known existed. However, as much as this escalated draws individuals in, it moreover makes a separate. The overpowering nearness of chosen ones can be unsettling, going up against individuals with a constraint that rises above standard interaction. It's like being uncovered to a blinding light after venturing out of the dark. It's both enlightening and disorienting. This response isn't approximately envy or adoration. It's almost being confronted with somebody who epitomizes quality and profundity to such a degree that it mirrors the voids inside others. This reflecting impact is effective. It uncovered vulnerabilities and frailties, driving to an intuitively withdraw. Individuals discover themselves scared not since the chosen one attests dominance, but since their nearness normally exudes a brilliance so seriously, it can disconnect them indeed within the middle of a swarm. In this way, the chosen ones walk away stamped by the profound impressions of those who have come near, but withdrawn in fear. Their travel is one of isolation, not by choice, but by the nature of their overpowering nearness. It's a confusing presence where their significant capacity for association and change gets to be the exceptionally thing that incites separation. As we dive more profound into the puzzler of the chosen ones, the normal movement from their overpowering nearness leads us to a strong realization: the isolation born of their escalated. This isolation, a companion as steady as their shadow, unfurls from the exceptionally substance that sets them separated. The attractive drag of the chosen one's nearness, as captivating because it is, incomprehensibly acts as the exceptionally drive that ushers them into isolation. It's a nuanced move between drawing others in and pushing them away, not by deliberate, but by the sheer profundity of their being. This concentrated, whereas a reference point of realness, regularly gets to be obstruction to casual, surface-level intelligence that overwhelm the social texture of our world. Why does this escalated breed isolation? The answer lies not within the chosen one's want for confinement, but within the normal human reaction to the uncommon. When stood up to with the unbridled substance of a chosen one, individuals' impulses recoil, not out of disdain, but out of an oblivious security instrument. The escalated is as well crude as well genuine, challenging the comfortable boundaries inside which most lives are lived. It's like looking into the sun. Its brilliance pulls in, but its escalated overpowers, compelling us to see absent. This isolation isn't simply a physical state, but an emotional and otherworldly encounter. Chosen ones frequently discover themselves in a domain of their own, surrounded by individuals, however, significantly alone. The profundity and genuineness they offer are treasures uncommon and misjudged, driving to associations that brush the surface, however, seldom dive into the profundities they look for. The chosen one hence gets to be an island, their nearness a beacon whose light is seen by numerous but touched by few. However, it's inside this isolation that the chosen one's quality and profundity are encouraged, refined. Like a jewel shaped beneath colossal weight, their isolation shapes and sharpens their substance. It gets to be a cauldron for change, where the escalated of their being is both the fire and the produce. In this solitary space, chosen ones experience the most profound parts of themselves, locks in an inward exchange that few can comprehend. This can be where their inventiveness, experiences, and the immaculateness of their vision are nurtured, away from the clamor of the world. Isolation thus isn't a sign of the chosen one's disappointment to associate, but a confirmation to the greatness of their nearness. It's a space where they can be genuine to their quintessence, undiluted, and unapologetically seriously. In grasping their isolation, chosen ones discover freedom, the freedom to investigate the endless scenes of their inward universes, to form, to dream, and to associate with the universe in a way that is extraordinarily their own. The isolation born of concentrated may be a significant travel internal, a travel that, whereas bound with challenges, offers unparalleled openings for development and self-discovery. It's an update that the most profound associations frequently require the mettle to navigate the wild of isolation to reach the places where genuine souls meet. Exploring through the conundrum of overpowering nearness and the coming about solitude, we arrive at a realm where chosen ones find a special kind of solace, the sacredness of isolation and the treasure of select company. This isn't a story of separation by default, but a story of think isolation and significant associations that are few but significant. Isolation for the chosen ones isn't simply a byproduct of their intensity, it's a chosen refuge, a space where the tumultuous ocean of shallow intuitive gives way to the profound, peaceful waters of self-reflection and internal development. Here, within the quietude of their claim company, they aren't alone out of need, but out of a crave to associate with the quintessence of their being. Isolation gets to be a canvas upon which the profundity of their soul is painted with strokes of contemplation, imagination, and spiritual communion. However, the picture wouldn't be complete without recognizing the select few who are drawn into the chosen one's orbit. Individuals who, by a few stroke of destiny or shared recurrence, resound with the escalated of the chosen ones. These are the souls who get it, the dialect talked within the quiet between words, who aren't overwhelmed by the profundity, but are in step pulled into it. Within the company of these select people, chosen ones discover a different kind of solitude, a shared isolation that's wealthy with understanding, acknowledgement, and an implicit bond that rises above the require for constant verbal communication. This select company is uncommon as the chosen ones themselves. The associations shaped with these people are not casual friendships, but profound kinships. In these relationships, chosen ones do not discover the ought to dim their concentrated. Or maybe they are energized to sparkle indeed brighter, their substance completely gotten and reflected back. It is here, within the warmth of understanding and shared regard, that chosen ones experience the genuine control of connection, not as a force that channels, but as one that rejuvenates and rouses. The sanctity of isolation and the value of select company uncover a basic angle of the chosen one's travel. It highlights a cognizant choice to prioritize depth over breadth, quality over amount. This choice isn't born out of elitism, but from a significant understanding that genuine association isn't almost how numerous individuals we know, but about how profoundly we know them and ourselves. It's a confirmation to the chosen one's faithful commitment to realness, both in their connections and in their singular interests. As we weave through the account of overpowering nearness, the isolation it breeds, and the sanctity found inside, we see a full circle develop. The Chosen One's way, in spite of the fact that fraught with isolation, isn't a languishment, but a celebration of depth, a travel that cherishes the significant over the mundane. In their world, isolation isn't a void, but a haven, and select company is not a restriction, but a liberation. In the dance of human association, the Chosen Ones play a mesmerizing, however complex beat characterized by the complicated dance of fear and attraction. This division acts not fair as an emotional reaction, but as the essential constraint that shapes their interactions in significantly special ways. People are inalienably drawn to what they do not completely understand, and the Chosen Ones encapsulate this puzzle. Their depth of character, understanding, and the intense vitality they transmit are like a siren's call, promising the abundance of veritable interaction and the allure of investigating unfamiliar, enthusiastic domains. This attractive drag towards the Chosen Ones is fueled by a collective yearning for associations that offer more than fair surface-level engagement. The core of the fear lies not within the Chosen Ones themselves, but within the reflective quality of their presence. Engaging with a Chosen One is like looking into a reflect that uncovers not just your picture, but your essence. It's this unguarded see into one's claimed soul that triggers fear, a fear of standing up to the truths we've perfectly tucked absent. The Chosen Ones, through their sheer realness, accidentally incite a travel internal for those around them, a travel a few might not feel prepared to attempt. In any case, this division doesn't just serve as the obstruction. It capacities as a catalyst for growth, both for the Chosen Ones and those they connected with. For those who set out to grasp the fascination in spite of their fears, the Chosen Ones gotten to be gatekeepers to a domain of significant individual disclosure and transformation. It's in this space that the fear of reflection becomes a bridge to deeper self-awareness and true association. The Chosen Ones, mindful of the double reaction they inspire, learn to explore this landscape with a sense of reason and elegance. They recognize their role not as provocateurs, but as guides, advertising their hand to those prepared to set out on a journey of self-discovery and enthusiastic boldness. This understanding allows them to develop a space where fear and attraction coexist, not as enemies but as companions on the way to deeper connection. This dynamic of fear and fascination in this way unfurls as a journey not fair for the Chosen Ones, but for all who cross their way. It's a confirmation to the transformative control of genuine associations, where helplessness gets to be the currency of depth and the eagerness to confront one's claim. Reflection is the key to opening the genuine essence of human interaction. Venturing assist into the journey of the Chosen Ones, we encounter a landscape stamped by contrasts and confrontation, the realm of otherworldly fighting. This front line isn't defined by physical might or tangible weapons, but by fights of genuineness, astuteness, and the pursuit of truth. In this space, the Chosen Ones find themselves as unwitting warriors, their exceptionally nearness a catalyst for alter and a challenge to the status quo. Spiritual warfare within the setting of the Chosen Ones revolves around the clash between realness and the shroud of inauthenticity that cover much of human interaction. Their unwavering commitment to living in arrangement with their true selves acts as a beacon, illuminating the shadows where falsehoods dwell. This brightening, be that as it may transformative, isn't continuously welcome. It threatens the delicate builds upon which numerous base their lives, prompting resistance and, at times, outright hostility. The Chosen Ones, by ideals of their profundity and genuineness, normally challenge the shallow and the fake. Their presence alone can unsettle those who have built their characters on less solid ground, uncovering the disparities between who people are and who they pretend to be. This showdown, in spite of the fact that unintended, is inescapable. The Chosen One's journey for truth and realness inadvertently exposes the illusions that numerous cling to, lighting a quiet yet profound struggle. This spiritual warfare amplifies past individual interactions. It touches on broader societal norms and values. The Chosen Ones regularly discover themselves at chances with winning philosophies and hones that prioritize form over substance, appearance over essence. Their challenge to these standards isn't an uproarious, clashing fight, but a quiet revolution battled through the relentlessness of their feelings and the unwavering pursuit of realness. Yet this way isn't without its burdens. The chosen ones regularly bear the weight of misconception and isolation as they explore a world that, while drawn to their light, is scared by the truths it uncovers. The spiritual fighting they engage in is a double-edged sword. It is both their most prominent strength and a source of significant solitude. They stand as gatekeepers of profundity in a world enamored with the shallow warriors of truth in an age of figment. Navigating through the domains of otherworldly fighting brings us to another essential angle of the chosen one's journey: their inalienable misalignment with societal norms. This dissimilarity isn't a matter of simple inclination, but a reflection of a deeper discord between their center values and the prevailing currents of standard culture. The chosen ones stand as exceptions, not because they intentionally look for to rebel, but since their exceptionally pith requests genuineness in a world that frequently celebrates congruity. The misalignment with societal standards manifests in different aspects of life, from the superficiality of social intuitive to the interest of material success at the cost of otherworldly and enthusiastic development. Chosen ones discover themselves at chances with a society that values the outside over the inside, the unmistakable over the intangible. They look for profundity in a world that skims the surface, longing for significant associations in a sea of fleeting encounters. This detach isn't only intellectual, it's visceral. It's the feeling of being an antiquated soul in an advanced world, seeking reverberation in a time often marked by cacophony. One of the foremost pronounced ways this misalignment shows is within the chosen one's approach to connections and community. They crave realness and depth, qualities that are often overshadowed by the casual, sometimes superficial nature of modern social intuitive. The chosen one's interest of honest-to-goodness associations puts them at chances with the norm, driving to a sense of segregation not fair from individuals but from societal structures at large. Besides, the chosen ones regularly challenge the status quo through their values and activities. Their lives are testaments to the conviction that there's more to presence than what meets the eye, that the pursuit of meaning rises above customary measures of victory. This stance can be seen as radical, indeed unsettling, to those who have not ventured beyond the consolation of acknowledged norms. Yet for the chosen ones, it isn't a choice but a calling to live in accordance with more profound truths that dictate their path. The affect of this misalignment is twofold. On one hand, it fortifies the solitude that goes with their travel, as finding like-minded people or communities becomes an uncommon treasure. On the other hand, it enables the chosen ones to be reference points of altar, illuminating alternative paths for those who sense the same dissonance but may not have the mettle to walk alone. Their lives challenge us to address, to look for, and to set out to live beyond the limits of ordinary intelligence. In talking about the misalignment with societal standards, we shed light on the chosen one's part as accidental catalysts for cultural introspection and advancement. Their presence challenges us to reevaluate our priorities, to rethink what we value, and to grasp the plausibility of a life lived in interest of realness and depth. The chosen ones, in their noiseless disagree, invite us to assume a world where the standards are adjusted with the essence of our genuine selves. At the center of the chosen one's travel lies a compelling force that rises above the personal, the call to a higher reason. This call isn't a whisper, but a booming resound over the corridors of their being, propelling them toward a destiny that far exceeds the conventional confines of presence. It's a beacon that guides their steps, a tireless drag towards the realization of something more prominent than themselves. This calling, deeply ingrained, is what sets the chosen ones apart, not just in their discord with societal standards, but in their very approach to life. The call to a higher purpose manifests as a natural drive to affect the world in significant ways. For chosen ones, life is not an arrangement of irregular occasions, but a canvas for significant action. Their pursuits are not persuaded by individual pickup, but by the want to contribute to the collective great, to take off an imprint that rises above their temporal existence. This drive is established in a significant sense of association to humankind and the universe, an acknowledgement that their actions swell through the fabric of reality, influencing altar that might only be completely acknowledged by future eras. The path to satisfying the next reason often involves exploring through isolation, misconception, and the ever-present misalignment with societal desires. The chosen ones are frequently met with skepticism or by and large resistance, as their visions and activities challenge the status quo, pushing against the boundaries of what is deemed possible or acceptable. However, it is within these challenges that their resolve is solidified and their reason gets to be clearer. The obstacles they confront serve not to deter them, but to forge their soul within the fire of conviction. Grasping their call to a higher purpose requires a level of boldness and resilience that is uncommon. It requests a readiness to stand alone, to be misunderstood, and to endure in spite of the chances. The chosen ones get it that the fulfillment of their calling is not measured by immediate victory or acknowledgement, but by the integrity of their travel and the depth of their affect. They are driven by an faithful commitment to their reason, a devotion that rises above individual desires and societal desires. Navigating solitude successfully is pivotal for the chosen ones, transforming what could be seen as isolation into an effective catalyst for individual development and fulfillment. Here are key techniques condensed for clarity and affect. Embrace solitude as an opportunity. See solitude not as confinement, but as valuable time for self-reflection, development, and rejuvenation. It's in these calm minutes that the deepest insights and breakthroughs happen. Prioritize deep connections. Focus on developing connections that resonate on a more profound level. Quality over amount guarantees that the associations you are doing are significant and steady, providing a solid foundation in both solitude and social interaction. Channel creativity. Use creative outlets as it implies to express the unique perspectives and profundities of your internal world. Whether it's art, writing, or any shape of imaginative expression, it bridges the gap between solitude and outside engagement, permitting for a satisfying trade with the world. Engage in spiritual practices. Join hones that interface you to a larger reason and cultivate inward peace. Meditation, yoga, or nature walks can improve clarity, strength, and a sense of having a place to something more prominent than oneself. Discover your tribe. Seek out communities and groups where your escalated and depth are understood and esteemed. Encompassing yourself with like-minded people offers a sense of having a place and shared experience that enhances your journey. By joining these procedures, chosen ones can turn isolation from a challenge into a cherished companion on their journey, fueling their personal growth, inventiveness, and interest of the next reason. In unraveling the journey of the chosen ones, we've navigated through the layers of their substance, isolation, and purpose. Their story is the effective update of the strength found in realness and the beauty of walking our unique paths. Now we turn the highlight to you. Have you felt the echo of the chosen one's travel in your own life? Share your story within the comments below. Let's create an embroidered artwork of shared encounters, demonstrating that indeed in our most profound isolation, we are associated. And in the event that this investigation has started a light within you, hit the like button to appear your bolster. Subscribe to connect our developing community, where we jump profound into the mysteries of the human spirit and the world around us. Together, let's proceed to seek, find, and motivate.